Angeles.
Yeah.
So how are you doing? Great, we're here. And so are you.
We flew all the way in from right here. Yeah, I'm so jet lagged.
He's joking, we're from LA, so that's the long distance we drove.
And so, we can start with some questions here.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead, please. You can be as eager as you want.
Get excited.
Yes, come in the front row. What's up?
I can't hear you.
No, we'll repeat your question. We'll repeat if nobody can hear. Go ahead.
Big iPhone.
Have we stayed in contact with anyone else from the first movie? Go, Omri.
Pretty much everyone, but yeah, pretty much. You talking about actors, right? Anyone in general? No, a lot of people. Obviously, Vinessa, me, Jason, Tobias, Larry, Thora, Doug Jones, Kathy. Yeah, we're definitely in touch. And we actually have like a group text where we like send each other happy birthdays and happy Halloween and all these like fun things. So,
Although we didn't do it this Halloween.
Yeah, not this Halloween.
We were bad.
Typically. Yeah, we've lost interest in each other.
Yeah, and even Bill Sandell, we're in touch with, the production designer of Hocus Pocus. So I feel like the 20th and the 25th anniversary brought us all back together in a big way. Yes, you in the front row. What is your name, by the way? Thank you for asking.
Like anybody else? Anybody else? What's your name, by the way?
Amanda.
Yeah, this is the Amanda Show. Just so everybody knows.
I might get copyrighted.
Oh.
Was it the Nickelodeon show?
Was it the Amanda Show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Never heard of
Amanda
it.
Bynes' show? Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, you can be the Mandy show. Okay, so Amanda, go ahead.
I saw on your Instagram that you went to see it with your son. How did he like it?
She saw on my Instagram that I went to see Hocus Pocus in the theater with my son, and how did he like it? He, at first, was like, wait, what are we seeing again? And I was
Like Transformers.
it's so, I know, right? So humbling. Kids are so humbling. He loved it. He was like, loves obviously the candy and the popcorn. And as soon as all that was done, he was like standing up and like yelling at Max and Allison, saying, no, don't open the book, And when Sarah gets, was in, the bed, when you go and like think it's Danny, and take the covers off, he's like, ah! And he said, wow, this is a real thriller. That's what he said. And then after, he's so funny. He's 6, by the way. And yeah, afterwards, he told the audience that my mom is in the movie. She's Allison. So I talked with a bunch of audience members who were there at 2:30 in the afternoon, like us, who were obsessed with the movie. So that was fun. Oh, come on, really?
Anyone else? We'll come back to you.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
What was your favorite part playing in the whole movie?
What was our favorite part in the whole movie for us doing the movie?
I gotta say, making this movie was just a ball in general. We had a lot of fun on set. Just didn't feel like work. We just had a good old time. But Vinessa and I think both agree that some of our favorite moments were when we got to film in the Sanderson house, because they built that here in LA at the Disney lot. And a lot of people are always like, where is that location? We want to see that house. Like, no, they built that all from scratch, but the amount of detail and all the effects were all like live action effects, like everything in that house. Like we would just go and like chill out in there, even when we weren't working, because it was just like a cool place to hang out. And
explore it and see the detail.
The detail was so amazing. And so, I think those are some of my most memorable moments there.
Yeah, for me, I loved shooting the scene where he brings the witches back to life, because it wasn't me. Clearly, I said no thanks.
She wasn't the big V word, maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
But don't tell Allison secrets. Never tell a woman secrets. But I love that scene because basically, as Omri was saying, was a lot of practical effects in the house. And the floorboards for that scene were really moving, the green light coming out of the ground, the book flying back and forth in the glass case, and like the light bulbs popping, and you know, like the candles replacing. I feel like that was that, but maybe I'm not.
No, they were. They like sparked the light.
Sparked the light. It was just so exciting because my favorite ride at the time is Universal's Earthquake. So I just wanted to ride that over and over again. So this was like a real life thing that we had to work, and it didn't even feel like work, you know. It was so much fun. So I'm a thrill seeker, so I was like, how many times can we do this scene? I want to do it again, again, again. So that was my favorite part. Yeah, okay.
How long did it take to film?
How long did it take to film? 3 months? 4?
3 or 4 months, I would say. We did start rehearsing a few weeks prior to here in LA, and then we went to Salem to do a bunch of exterior stuff. We spent about 2 weeks there. I'd say we did at least like 3 months here in LA.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 months in total.
Yeah.
What was the casting?
Terrible
Was
choosing.
it a long casting?
What was the casting process? Was it a long process?
Yeah. We've talked about this before, but usually you start out with, you know, like hundreds of auditioners or talent, and you know, they narrow it down slowly but surely, and then I don't remember the final audition, but it was like maybe like down to like 3 or 4 people, and then literally it just, the phone went silent for months. And I was like, okay, moving on. I guess I didn't get that part or whatever. And they called me like 4 months later, and they're like, hey, we want to bring you back in to screen test, etc. And I think that's where Vinessa and I met, and they screen tested us together. And yeah, after that, so the auditioning process can be long and grueling, and you know, you're like, am I gonna get it? Am I not gonna get it? What am I gonna do? And so that's kind of just how it went.
I think my trend, which is something that still happens, I got cast kind of last minute. I was probably, I think it was a few days before the screen test, I auditioned for Kenny Ortega, and he, you know, it was on the Disney lot, and then basically he's like, you know, I want you to come back. He was like calling me in the parking lot, I think.
Vinessa!
He was saying, Vinessa, come back. So I came back and I did whatever scene he wanted me to do again. And I think within minutes I was told, you know, you have a screen test, and I was like jumping around the parking lot with my mom. So it was pretty quickly after that we were together, but it was, I don't even know if there was another Allison that was supposed to screen test, but we were told in the waiting room that it was going to be Omri and this unknown actor named Leonardo DiCaprio. He couldn't make it because he was doing another fancy movie. I don't know.
Name kind of rings a bell.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway, so it was just me and Omri, and now Thora told us she was in there. She had already been cast long before. She had a 3-picture deal, you know, 3-picture deal, like with Disney, because she's so, as you can see, precocious and amazing as an actress, young actress. So she was in the room and with us, and we did. She remembers the scenes we read because I don't even remember.
She has a great memory.
Yeah.
Me especially, like, am super jaded and forgetful. I'm like, oh, I have to be reminded of things constantly. What's your name again? Sorry.
She told us, right? This last convention the other weekend, she told us that we read the scene where they go into Allison's house, rich people bought for apples, well, Yabo scene, and then what was the other scene? I don't remember. But anyway,
I already forgot.
I know we already
That's
forgot.
how forgetful I am.
Let's try to ask her again to really remember. But anyway, she said it all worked out. It was like we were the only 3 that were there in the final running. It's pretty amazing.
Mandy.
Mandy. Oh, teacher. Yeah.
I'm the teacher staff here.
Yeah.
Was there ever a real cat on set?
You want to go?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, there was like 30 cats on set, and we had to this is part of the rehearsal process, but we had to actually train ourselves with the cat. We had a clicker, and we had cat food in our hand, cat treats. But each cat can only do one trick. So they had to have a multitude, the cat that jumps on my shoulder, or the cat that swaps the book, or the cat that sleeps, or whatever they needed the cat to do.
Yeah, dogs no more. Dog, you can teach, many tricks.
Multiple tricks.
Yeah.
But cats typically you can't, so they had a cat to do each individual trick. So we like to call it the wall of cats. They literally had kennels piled up, and whatever, 5 stories high and 10 wide or whatever.
Yeah, as big as that wall,
It was a lot of cats on set. Black cats.
Black cats, and they all pieced together to make base. It's pretty amazing.
Even the cat that got ran over and had to reinflate himself, that was a real cat. It was a very unique trick they taught this cat.
There's a child in here. Okay.
Earmuffs.
Over here. Yes. Go.
First off, I want to tell you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank you.
amazing.
Appreciate that.
Especially hanging out.
No, you're awesome. Honestly, Hocus Pocus fans are awesome.
Anyways, my question is, if they continue to do sequels and we ask you guys to come back, would
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But first, let's get to that point. Please ask us if anybody from Disney or has connections there.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. We want to come back.
We want to be in the room where it happens.
Fans.
yes.
Yes, for the fans. The fans missed us. I know we missed you.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I guess it's kind of going off of her. So you guys were not asked to be on the second movie.
That's she asked, were we not asked to be in the second movie? Yes, that's true. We were not asked to be.
Did you guys watch this?
All good. Hey,
I watched.
you're in
the
a
second-
safe space here. You can say what you want.
I watched the second movie. I think you didn't finish it, right? Or-
No.
Oh, you finished it. Okay.
Somebody else mentioned they didn't finish.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't watch trailers, so I didn't know you guys were gonna be in it. And the whole movie, I was like,
Where?
Yeah.
And then I
Where?
finished it, and I was like, this is not what I want to watch.
I know.
I was waiting for you guys the whole time.
Get a lot of that. People were just kind
Yeah.
of
Thank
disappointed
you. Yeah.
in the sense of not including us, because I think that's kind of part of the nostalgic memory that so many people have, and it's people are just kind of disappointed in that fact. So.
Yeah, and of course honestly, this movie, if I weren't in it, would have been my jam. I loved, witch movies and adventures. It was a great, perfect combination. So, we loved the movie too, and as you can hear, we loved the experience of doing it. So, yeah, we would say yes if we were asked, of course. Mindy!
So you said that they had a lot of different cats trained to do different things. When you were joking in the Santa sister's house, when you were with the book and the candle, and a cat jumped on you and attacked you, was that real?
She's asking about the cat. I'm just doing for the audience.
Yeah, when I'm
But
stupid
she's
cat.
asking about the cat that jumps on Max's shoulder when he's lighting the candle, and was that a real cat?
That was 100% a real cat.
They actually made a cat attack you?
Basically, yeah. I think we had the moment where we open the book and the cat jumps and closes the book. He's like, nothing good can come from that book. I know, that's my Jason Marsden.
Nothing good can come from this book.
Nothing good can come from this book. That whole scene, I think we had to do that 10 times because the cat just kept missing the book.
Oh no, it
or
would
doing
no,
something.
and also almost broke. We were trying hard not to laugh because we're supposed to be serious. What is it? And he kept going, not hitting our face right, and kind of going all over. I mean, imagine having to train a cat to go bat us and go. First of all, jump on the book and then bat us. I think that was the star cat that could do 2 things. So yeah. Anyway, wait, we got on a tangent. You want to ask about the cat on your shoulder?
Well, no, it was
Yeah, that was the question.
Yes, that was. Yes, I was attacked by a cat.
I still have more questions.
Yeah, okay, go
Anyone
ahead.
else
No one
have a
else
question?
yet. Go ahead.
It's like, give me a microphone at this point.
I know, right?
Just come up here. I'm gonna go sit. No, I'm kidding. We'll swap seats. We'll swap seats.
What's up, Mandy? Tell us.
Were the moths real?
Were the
Yes.
moths real in Doug Jones's mouth?
Were they real?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, I wish Doug was here to explain. But recently we did a panel with Doug, and he was explaining that, you know, they had like a silicone cup in his mouth with live moths. And Live, yeah. And by the way, no moths were hurt in the making of this film, just so you all know.
Did even die in his mouth?
No, but he was talking about, like, you know, while
There
they
was
were
a
trying
moth
to...
wrangler. So there's cat wrangler and then there was a moth wrangler.
Well, he was talking about, like, while they were trying to set up the shot, and we had to do 2 takes because something happened, and Doug was talking about how, like, his mouth was starting to salivate, and, like, you know, like, he's like, oh my god, like, these moths are just basically gonna come out, like, wet, flopping on the ground. And he was like, oh man, you know, like, holding it in, and basically nailed it on the first time. Like, there was some camera issue on the first take, but the second take, you know, he had to, like, cut the strings. They were already kind of partially cut, and they came flying out, and the dust, and everything that he had in his mouth. And
Oh my
so
God,
we nailed it.
So nerve-wracking. Could never do that.
I know, I don't want moths in my mouth.
I know. Yes, Mandy.
Say that 10 times really fast.
Moths in your mouth, moths in your mouth, moths in your mouth.
Never mind. I'm not gonna attempt that.
Okay, Mandy, and then there's some other lady over here, finally.
Some other lady.
We don't know her name yet, that's why.
What scene took the most amount of attempts?
What scene took what?
The most amount of attempts?
Yeah, like what scene did you have to shoot over and over and over again?
Probably all of my scenes. Most likely. Because I'm like, line? What? Huh? I'm like very true to the character. I'm very much that laid back,
It really is.
California,
Tie-dye
tie-dyed attitude. Like, what, man? Yeah? Okay.
That's because you're doing some California things too.
California vibes.
California love. Well, I mean, besides the cat jumping on the book and the batting us, I really feel like we moved through the scenes pretty quickly because Kenny Ortega is just the best director. He really choreographs everything and blocks it out and really makes us have energy that, you know, most people, you know, our age we're not into. You know, we're just so tired, you know, prepubescent and pubescent, just like, okay, we're doing this scene. He's like, you know, try to infuse us with energy. Do cartwheels. Do spin around. You just killed the witches.
Flips in the air.
Yeah. So it was, you know, everything was very on point because he's a choreographer by trade to begin with. So I just feel like it was moving at a pretty quick pace. I only think like if it was a technical problem, like the witches fly.
Just the technical issues, yeah.
Yeah, like flying over us. You know, there's, you know, the harness wouldn't work, and they zoomed past us by accident. You know, just because they overshot how far they should fly. The witches, things like that.
Yeah, that was like quite the ordeal to like, you literally had like 6, I don't know what you call them, but like people like navigating each one of the witches.
Yeah.
They had to go like right to left, forward, backward, all these different things. So there's like a lot of technicalities that can go wrong during filming.
Yeah.
And a lot of rehearsals, you know, even from the witches' perspective, because they're, you know, on these, whatever, broom, mop, vacuum, whatever it is, they had to look very natural while they're flying, but at the same time, they're, you know, there's a lot of movement going on. So, yeah, I would say those scenes,
Yeah.
more than any, were probably the ones that had to be made more than once.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, the some lady over there, what's your name?
Patricia.
Patricia.
I was wondering when you guys realized it was a cult classic. Like after you filmed, a couple years later, or?
Many, many years later.
When did we realize it was a cult classic? So I kind of hinted at it before, but there was the 20th anniversary viewing. It was a D23 sponsored screening, and it was at Disney, and no one could even really find Omri. Like, he was like totally not in the business. I feel like I was contacted randomly through someone else. It was kind of like, should we kind of cobble the cast together to do this, you know, screening with a Q&A afterwards? And the production designer was there, the special effects makeup guy who did Doug Jones's makeup, and I think some of the witches perhaps too.
Was Tony Gardner did he do
Yeah,
Doug's?
Tony.
Yeah,
Tony Gardner, yeah.
One of the creators, David Kirshner, what's his name? Dabney?
Oh no,
The
John
composer.
Debney, the
John
composer.
Debney was there, the composer.
Yeah, and then it was the three of us, including Doug, and then also Kathy and Kenny, the director. So it was like, you know, they got a lot of people together, and so we do this, you know, go to the screening, and you just hear everyone is so enjoying this movie, and I just was always thinking, yeah, it's a really great movie. And then we do the Q&A, and everybody's just roaring with like laughter about everything we're saying, and we're like, wow, people really love this movie. And Omri and Thor and I kind of gather together at the end, and we're looking at each other going, why don't we have each other's phone numbers? Like, that's how disconnected we were. And she was so sweet, Thora. She was like, we should just get together on Halloween and have dinner sometime.
Which we did.
Which we did. And so we were all outside. All three of us were outside, and then Doug joined us. And we were just chatting, getting each other's phone numbers, and like literally one by one, we're like pulled away by people. Can I have a picture? Can I have a picture? And we're just like, what is going on, right?
Yep. Totally got separated. We're like,
I know. Bye, Omri.
drowned by fandom. And I was like so out of the loop that like I was in complete shock. I was like,
Yeah, your
weird.
dad just gave you a photo of him at that time. He took a picture of him because we invited our family too. It was like the 20th anniversary. And he had like glasses on, just so not into it. Then was like,
It was weird.
pulled back in.
It was
Every
weird.
time they want out, they keep pulling me back in. Yeah, and then from there it feels like it got even bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where over here at the for Hollywood Forever Cemetery, the 25th anniversary, we had a huge bash. We were like, Salt and Pepper played, and Christina Aguilera, and we're like, this is their favorite movie, and we're just like, what is going on? And we're in the audience, like marveling at this, you and me,
It
right?
was massive. Like imagine like just, there was hundreds, like 500, 600 people
Yeah.
at least. It was a huge production. It was,
Like Vinessa Hudgens was hosting with
Yep.
like another person, I can't remember who, but it was just like a huge production, and it's really snowballed from there. It's pretty remarkable, but it's all the fans, it's all of you. No one cared about this movie but you, and thank you very much for that.
yes.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. What's your name, sorry?
Tom.
Hi, Tom. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Were you my first friend on MySpace?
No, that's not me.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a simple question. Basically, I've been wondering, in the scenes where you guys spoke or interacted with Biggs, where you got, was there like sort of like temp voiceover for what like the cat could be saying, or were you just like told by the directors like, oh yes, the cat's gonna say this, and you need to so act this way, yada yada, or like how exactly how did that work out?
I mean, typically, like on
Wait, repeat the
anything.
question.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a little bit.
His question was whether we had to react to the cats. If somebody was reading dialogue for the cat, or if we just were told in advance, like the cat's going to be doing this and the cat's going to be saying that. Typically, in most filmmaking, when it's close-ups or anything like that, there'll be somebody off screen so they can get a reaction from you.
Sure.
And from what I recall, somebody was reading Biggs's lines.
No, you don't remember.
Shit, never mind. I'm out of here.
Sean Murray.
The Vinessa Shaw Show.
It's okay, just fill
No,
in
I'm
for
just
you.
forgetful.
We're good.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I got you.
Say it's always coming back.
So Sean Murray, who, most people don't know this, but human Thackeray Binks is different than the entire voice of the movie. So the voice, even as human Thackeray Binks, Jason Marsden voiced the entire voice of Thackeray, even as Cat Thackeray. So, but the person, the human, the actor before, before they changed the voice in post-production, Sean Murray was there reading the lines for us off screen.
But throughout the entire film, because he was kind of, obviously he was in the initial part of the film, and then, his job is kind of done.
No, he was there.
He was there reading lines every time,
Yeah,
huh?
he was there on set every day when there was Thackeray lines.
Huh? Never mind.
It's okay. He and I were close. We were friends, so it was like nice to hear him talk off screen. I remember, but I specifically remember the "Nothing Good Could Come from This Book" because we had to do that one over and over again. Speaking of which, again, and he just kept going, "Nothing good could come from this book. Nothing." And I was like, went home and I was like talking to my mom, like, "Nothing good could come from this book." I'm literally like, everything is like rattling in my head. I'm like, "Mom, nothing good could come from this book. Nothing good." So that's even more of a memory that it kind of solidifies that he was there. Was there one other person? Oh yes, and then I saw her, and then back over to you, and then to Mandy. Okay.
But you, young lady.
She's going first. The 11-year-old. Yeah.
Okay.
So this question's for Vinessa. Where are your shoes from?
She has asked where my shoes are from. Betsy Johnson. She calls it the Sparkle Shop now.
I told Vinessa she needs a pair in red.
You do, and you know what? I went online and I looked and they're sold out, but I'm getting red too.
There's no
Because my
place like
favorite,
home.
he knows my favorite, he knows that my favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. He's like, "What is going on? Why don't you have red?" And I said, "You're right. What is wrong with me?" So anyway.
No place like home. There's no.
Yes. Okay, yes, and what's your name?
Moving
My name
down.
is Luz.
Luz.
Hi, Luz.
Thank you.
My question is, if you guys could go back, is there anything you guys would change or do differently?
In life or in the movie? Okay. Her question is if we could go back and change anything in the movie, would we do so? No, honestly, I think the movie was captured, edited, and done very well. I can't really think of anything different. Like, a lot of things don't make the, make the cutting room. And so, did I say that correctly? Yeah, so things will be edited out. I think it was edited very well, and I think they captured the film exactly as we would probably edit it ourselves. So I'm gonna say no.
Are you asking that for us to say that we're missing Max and Allison kiss at the end? I knew she was saying that.
Well, we had a close call. I can smell
She's
her
like,
breath.
would you change anything? They should have really kissed.
Well, they were leaving room for, now
Number
it's gonna have to
two.
be in number 3, but maybe for the sequel that they were assuming was gonna happen not 30 years later, that we would be together and have our own kids, and yada yada. That'd be weird.
But I could tell in her eyes, she's like, would you change anything?
Like, if we had to make a number 3 and we had to kiss on screen, I'd be like, this is strange.
Knowing each other all these years, never having done it.
I'm like, actor face, do it, do it.
I know. People must do it all the time. People know each other in this business all the time really well. And have to make out.
I'm blushing thinking about it. I'm like,
Is it cooties blushing? or
no,
is it-
no, I don't know, just shy.
So sweet. Was that? Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry. And then Mandy. Did I wait? And then there's somebody else over there. Yeah, you. Okay.
We'll get to you too.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You, then Mandy. Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ksenia. My question is, who's your favorite Sanderson sister?
Her question is, who's our favorite Sanderson sister?
You got it.
I know.
But why? Well, yeah, I'm gonna say Sarah. She's just too cute. You know, not physically. I mean, like she's such a ditz, and so funny in that manner. Like I don't know, she is. She was just adorable. So.
Omri and I have the same sense of humor, so of course I'm Sarah too. So just think, like, you see her even in the background when the witches are, you know, when Mary and Winnie are talking, it's like, you know, she's just in the back, like hanging on the gate, or it's just
eating spiders.
and then she's like, with what? Do what? You know, always, you know, which feels Winifred too. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Winifred, yeah. You were Winifred for Halloween? Awesome. Was anyone a Sanderson sister for Halloween or any of the Hocus Pocus besides her?
No,
you guys.
even in the past. Maybe not this year, but in the past, no?
No, okay. You're just the ultimate fan, I guess. Okay, and the black and white, yes.
That answered my question.
Okay.
What favorite cat was Lynn's favorite? Since you guys said you guys had many cats, which one did you
Oh, yeah.
She's asking which one of them was her favorite cat. I'm gonna say cat number 11. Was my favorite cat.
Honestly, he's probably right. 'Cause
I don't
They
know.
don't even have names, these
Yeah.
cats. It's like,
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know.
Black cat number 1. Black cat number
I
2.
liked the cats. Omri kind of liked the cats. Thora did not like the cats. So like it was hard sometimes when you're just like trying to work, and I think for her, because she's like, I just want to memorize my lines, and then, you know, having to like train a cat in the scene as well, it's a lot to juggle. But yeah, none of the cats had names, so you won't even know which one it is, you know.
They didn't want us to get too emotionally
I guess
attached to the
not.
cats.
They're like, nope, this cat's not gonna sleep on your lap. This one is the jumping cat. Okay, Mandy, and then you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, besides Hocus Pocus, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
Oh, besides Hocus Pocus, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
Well, I mean, like, in terms of like, what would people associate with Halloween, or a movie that takes
He's so
place
back.
during Halloween?
Like a horror movie or a Halloween movie.
Gotcha.
Or,
Halloween type thing, yeah.
Gotcha. I really am a big Tim Burton fan, and Nightmare Before Christmas is probably, you know, probably at the top of my list. Even though that was our competition. Hocus Pocus, I mean, that's my favorite.
It's true. It was our competition that year. I know it's a cop out, but it's definitely a horror film. It's listed as horror. Is Wizard of Oz? Sorry, this is my favorite movie, and I will watch it. And it's horrific to me in that way. As a child, I was scared, but as an adult, I like The Shining. Yeah.
Ooh,
It's very
great movie.
creepy.
Very creepy.
Yeah, I love more like psychological thrillers, and then leading up obviously to that. The end was crazy, but that's more my jam than horror or Halloween. Yeah.
Taylor.
Hi, Taylor.
You guys are around like what, 17 when you filmed?
16.
16.
17, so were your parents like, this is okay? Did they have to be there and present when you guys were filming?
Was our parents on set when we're filming?
Partially, I think when you're 16, and I don't think you have to be emancipated or anything. Maybe they have to sign over consent, just so you can be on set without a guardian, or sign off to a guardian. But yeah, Vinessa and I have spoken about this. Like, I used to drive myself to set. My dad would be there on occasion. But no, I don't really remember. Like, I guess our teacher could be our guardian, right?
Did you go to school or something?
I was homeschooled. I was doing home. My
that's
school didn't
why.
want to cooperate with me, so I had to do so-called homeschooling, which I didn't learn a thing. So
I was in public school, so I went
me too.
to
I was at TAB. Well,
you were at Taft. I was at Pally High. We were both kind of on that side of the world, the west side valley people. It's so funny because we just realized we would have been in the same high school had I decided to go to school in the Valley without even knowing it. Anyway, and then we would have been in a movie together. It'd be really weird.
Stop following me.
Stop.
Jesus.
I'm a stalker.
Stalker.
But my mom was on set. I wasn't emancipated or, out of school. I didn't homeschool. I was going to school and then going to work. And they had a studio teacher on set. So this is a person that there's a certain amount of hours you have to do school and only a certain amount of hours that you can work on set. So I forget how much it is for school, but for a child, it's 10 and a half hours you're only allowed to be on set. So for child labor law reasons, and thankfully. So any of the time that we weren't shooting, I had to go to school. So you had to bank hours so you could work. So it was a little bit like, we were busy the whole entire time. I think I took naps at lunchtime. That was the only time I could chill. But yeah, so my mom was there the entire time, and she has all this video footage, which is annoying because I don't know where it is, of behind the scenes stuff, and I just wish I could find them because Larry, who's Ice, took many behind the scenes videos and showed it at our event that we had in Salem. We produce our own event now called It's Just a Bunch of Halloween in Salem, and he brought this special behind the scenes footage of Larry and Tobias, Jay and Ice talking to the camera. It was so good.
Super cute.
And I was in there with my sister, so I'm like, Mom, you were there on set the entire time. Where is all this video footage? So one day we'll have all that for you guys to show.
Way before iPhones.
Yeah.
We actually used videotape, 8 mil.
This thing.
Yeah,
Video
camcorder.
over your shoulder.
You have some time for one last question?
Okay, one last question. And it's Mandy to round it up. Go ahead.
You might hate this question, but since you guys were 16, was it legal reasons that you couldn't kiss, or was it because you didn't want to?
That's the way it was written.
About the kiss.
Want to repeat the question was basically, did we not want to kiss, or due to legal reasons could we not kiss? I don't think there is any legal reasons. I don't see any harm in 16-year-olds smooching, because it happens in a lot of films. I think it was just written that way to kind of keep the excitement and the suspense of our flirtatious love affair, teenage, whatever. So yeah, it was just written that way.
Yeah.
It's too bad because I really wanted to smooch her.
We both were blushing in the scene. I could see it on the big screen. I was like, oh my God. On that note.
On that note.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you all. You really are amazing. We appreciate you making this movie get more and more popular every year. And we get to relive our childhood because of all of you. It's fun. And I get to hang out with this guy. It will live. It will go on forever. It will live long past our passing away.
We've met fourth generation already past it.
Yeah.
Like great grandkids, like, oh, I'm showing it to my great grandkids. Or,
Watching it on their hands.
yeah. Or just in their computer.
Oh yeah, in the
chip.
future, watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.